Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to solve simple quadratic equations without any formula. So our first equation is this, and I would like to solve this without any formula. We do not want to use any discriminant, anything like that, simply just using basic algebra. We can do it fairly simply just by using some simple math. So in our case, we can use these two parentheses, and we know that x times x is going to be x squared, and now we're looking for numbers that can give us these two unknown things, right? So what numbers, when we add them together, give us minus 2, and when we multiply them together, give us minus 15, minus 5, plus 3, right? And so when we try this, we can multiply it back to see if it's the right answer. It actually is. I can show it to you. So it's x squared minus 2x. Why? X times 3 is going to be 3x minus 5x. That's minus 2x. And minus 5 times 3, that's minus 15. So this is basically rewriting the same thing but in two parentheses. But there is a much bigger advantage to writing it down like this, because it tells us very simply the result of our equation. So x1 is going to be equal to what? We're looking for a number that gives us, some number minus 5. What number gives us 0, right? So something minus 5 to give us 0, that thing x has to be 5, okay? For the second parentheses is exactly the same method, so we simply do, I can also write it down like this so it's more understandable. We're basically doing when is this going to be equal to 0, so we solve this and we get that in minus 3, so we get our two answers. x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to minus 3. Now, our second equation we're going to do today is this one. Now, this one, when we look at it, it looks fairly difficult, I'm going to be honest. But there is actually a pretty good way to solve this. And oftentimes this is very common for quadratic equations. They look difficult, but when we divide them by some number, it helps us like a lot. So that's exactly what we are going to do. Because whenever we are solving a quadratic equation, it is always better not to have anything multiplying x squared, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to divide the whole equation by 2. So what we get is x squared minus 11x plus 30. And we do the exact same thing as before. We simply write it in two parentheses and find out the result. Now, we have to find a number or two numbers that together give us minus 11, so something plus something gives us minus 11, and when we multiply these two numbers, it gives us 30. And these two numbers, what gives us 11? It can be minus 5 and minus 6. We're going to try this. And to see if it actually works, we always have to do the reverse operation, right? So we do x to the second power, x times minus 6, that's minus 6x, minus 5 times x, minus 5x, minus 5 times minus 6, that's going to be 30. And we get x squared minus 11x plus 30, which is exactly what we were looking for, so this is correct. Now we have to once again write down the results like in the previous example. So our first result is going to be, it's like x minus 5. When is x minus 5 equals to 0? If x is equal to 5, so x1 is going to be 5, and x2 is going to be equal to 6.